Hello everyone, welcome to my video on pointer to object in C++. In this video, we are going to learn what is pointer to object, how to initialize pointer to object, how to access member function using pointer, one sample program and exercise for you. Let us see what is pointer to object. A class type pointer pointing to an object of same class is known as pointer to object. So in previous videos we have seen that pointer can point to a single variable, a pointer can point to an array, a pointer can point to a string. Similar to that, the pointer can point to an object of the type class. So here the pointer and the object should be of same type of class. So that's why the definition is a class type pointer pointing to an object of same class is known as a pointer to object. The declaration and initialization of pointer to object is done as follows. So this is a syntax in which there are three basic steps involved. As usual, whenever you are using pointer pointing to any entity, these three steps are essential. Here the first step is you have to first of all create an object of the class type using class name and object. Then you have to create the pointer object, that is star ptr is a pointer and the class name. So here the class name of object and the class name of pointer should be same, and then assign the address of object to pointer. So like this pointer will become the pointer to object. It is pointing to object because the address of object is stored in a pointer. Let us see the example. So here item IT. So here IT is an object of the type item class. So we have created object in first step. Now let us create object pointer of the same class. So item star ptr. So ptr is here an object pointer or pointer object of the class item. Now initialize the pointer with the address of object as ptr is equal to ampersand it. So like this, the ptr will point to an object it. The same thing can be done in two steps also. Here the first step is class name object, that is we have to create the object of the type class. Then in second step, these two steps are combined together. Here my pointer is pointing to the second step, class name star ptr, and ptr is equal to ampersand object. These two steps can be combined together. Here class name star ptr is equal to ampersand object. So here what we are doing, we are first of all declaring a pointer ptr, that is the class name star ptr, and at the same time the address of object is assigned to the ptr pointer. So like this, here the two operations are performed in a single step, that is the pointer is declared as well as it is initialized with the address of object. Let us see the example of this type of syntax. So in first step I am creating an object IT of the type class item, and in second step the pointer is initialized with the address of IT object. So in this second step, item star ptr, here the pointer is declared as well as it is initialized with the address of IT object. Now let us see how to use pointer to access the member function of a class. Accessing member function using pointer to object. A member function of a class is accessed using pointer to object and arrow operator. So in order to access or call the member function of a class, you require a pointer to object and the new operator, that is known as arrow operator. So this arrow operator is formed using two symbols, that is dash and greater than symbols, and combinedly it looks like an arrow, and that's why it is known as arrow operator, and it is particularly used to call or access the member function using pointer. This is the way how we are calling member function using object and dot operator. So without pointer we are accessing, or we can access member function or call member using object and dot operator, and here we can pass the arguments also if there are any arguments. So object dot function, so this is the conventional method using object and dot operator. The same thing you can do using the pointer like this, ptr arrow function and then arguments. So ptr, this is the pointer pointing to object, and the arrow operator. So if you compare these two syntax, the left side is using object and dot operator, and the same thing you can do using pointer and arrow operator. So like this, object is the pointer and dot operator is replaced with arrow operator. Rest of the things are same. Call a member function or access a member function using pointer to object. Let us see the example of both syntax. So using normal, that is object and dot operator, for example, we can call the getItem function using it object it.getItem, or second example it.putItem. So it object is calling putItem function using dot operator. So here this is the example of object and dot operator. So here now the same thing you can do with the help of pointer and arrow operator, ptr arrow getItem or ptr arrow putItem. So here getItem and putItem, these member functions are called or accessed using pointer and arrow operator instead of object and dot operator. So like this, you can use pointer to access member function of a class. So arrow operator basically here is used to access or call member functions using pointer to object, and whereas the dot operator is used to call the member function using object. So that is the difference between that dot operator and the arrow operator. Now let us see the program, how to write a C++ program using pointer to object. So here is the problem definition. Define a class item having data members, item code, name and price. Write a C++ program to accept and display information of one item using pointer to object. So here you are requested to define a class. The name of the class is item and it has three data members. One is item code, second is the name of item and the price of item. And you have to create an object and a pointer to object, and in terms of pointer to object you have to accept and display this information of one item. So let us write a C++ program using pointer to object. So here is a C++ program using pointer to object. First of all, as usual, include header files required for your program. So I am including here iostream.h and iomenu.h. Let us declare a class item with data members, private data members. First, item code of long data type, name which is a character type array which is basically a string, and third is a price, floating type data member or variable. So like this class item having three data members, item code, name and price, which are declared. Now in the public section, let us declare member functions of a class. First member function is getItem, second member function is putItem. Both member functions do not accept any arguments and do not return any value. GetItem function is used to get or accept the values of data members, and putItem will be used for displaying the values of data members of a class. End of the class. Now let us define getItem member function outside the class. Void item, scope resolution operator, getItem void. So here getItem is the member of item class. So like this, they are related with the help of this scope resolution operator, and it is not returning any value. The return type is void. It is not accepting any argument. Arguments are also indicated as void. So first of all, let us accept the item code. So display the message, enter item code, and using scene accept item code. Then display the message, enter name using cout, and using getS function accept the name. As name is the string and I am using getString function, that is getS function, and enter price using scene price, you can accept the scene price, accept the price using scene and extraction operator. So like this, using scene and extraction operators, I have accepted here the values of 3 data members, atom code, name and price. Let us define another member function, put atom. So here also the put atom member function is a part or the member of atom class, and that's why it is related using scope resolution operator. This function does not accept any argument, so it is indicated by void, as well as it is not returning any value, so return type is also void. So simply using cout and insertion operator, we will display the value of item code, value of name and value of price data members. So here end L indicates the end of line, and it is included in the io_manip.h header file, and that's why here at the beginning I have included io_manip.h, which is input output manipulation header file. So like this, we have completed the definition of class item. Let us go for the main function of a program. So anti-main, that is the main function. First of all, I will create an object IT of the class atom. Then I will create pointer object of the class item, that is item star ptr. So I have declared the pointer, that is the pointer object. Then I will initialize the pointer with the address of object, like using this ptr is equal to ampersand IT. So here this ampersand is the address operator which gets the address of IT object and assigns it to the ptr, that is the pointer. So like this, the ptr will become the pointer to object IT. Now let us call or access member functions get atom and put atom using this pointer and arrow operator. So first of all, I will display the prompt message enter data of item, and then I will call the get atom member function here using pointer and arrow operator. So ptr arrow get item. So this is how the member function is called using pointer and arrow operator. Input operation is over. Now let us go for the output operation, that is let us display the information of item by calling the member function here put item, so using pointer and arrow operator. So here the pointer is calling the put item member function using arrow operator. So like this, the item will be displayed using this particular member function, end of the function main function using return 0 and closing bracket presses. Let us run this program and let us imagine what will be the output. The output will be like this. First of all, the message will be displayed enter data item. So enter data of item. So first enter item code. Suppose I entered 12345 is the item code. Enter name. Suppose the name is paint drive. Now here this paint space drive, these are the two words, is a string including space, and like this, for this we have used getters function instead of scene. Enterprise, let us say 450, and the same information of item is displayed, atom code, name and price. So like this, here we have completed the C++ program using pointer to object. The main idea or the summary is that whenever you want to use pointer to object, first of all you have to create the object of the particular type of class, then you have to create the pointer object of the same class, then assign the address of object to the pointer, and then using pointer and arrow operator call the member functions. So in this way the pointer to object concept is implemented in a C++ program. Now if you understood this particular concept and the sample program, you can easily solve this exercise or assignment. So this is the first assignment or exercise for you. You have to declare a class book having data members book name or book author name and price. So these are the three data members you have to declare in the class book, and then two member functions, one to accept the information of book and second to display the data of book. So using pointer to object. So let us hope you will able to write this particular program using object, that is a pointer to object. So refer my sample program and on the same line try to write this particular program. Second exercise for you is you have to write a C++ program to declare a class box having data members height, width and breadth. So these are the three data members of a box. The box is a geometrical entity which is having three dimensions: height, width and breadth. You have to accept this information for one object using pointer to that object, and then calculate area and volume of box and display it. So the formulae required for this particular calculation will be like this or like this. Surface area is calculated as 2 into height into width plus 2 into height into breadth plus 2 into width into breadth, and volume is calculated as height into width into breadth. So implement these two formulae to calculate area, surface area and the volume of a box. And again you can refer my sample program to write a C++ program to solve this particular problem. Hope you understood the concept of pointer to object. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.